Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Abby. I'm with Fitness is Medicine. Today I'm going to give you another great workout you can do in your home with minimal equipment. Remember to always come into these workouts warmed up and ready to move. You want your heart rate elevated a little bit, your muscles warmed up and ready to move. So today we're going to use a band or a tube, a ball, and a little bit lighter weighted dumbbells and a balloon if you have one. Okay, so today we're going to mix up the lat pull just a little bit. I'm going to do a different variation. So if you don't have a ball, go ahead and sit on the floor and anchor your tube a little bit higher. If you do have a ball, let's try this variation. So you're going to have the tube about chest height or midway through the door. And then I want you to be on the ball on your tummy like this. So we're going to be engaging a little bit more back and glutes here in addition to your lats. So I want you to pull and release. So you're keeping those shoulders down away from your ears. You're still getting that lat pull effect. Using those big muscles in your back and your biceps. Breathe. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, good. So notice that you're keeping your chin tucked that whole time. You don't want to be looking up like this and wrenching your neck. So keeping your chin tucked so everything is in line. And you're getting a little bit of a back extension at the same time. There's a lot of muscles engaged there that you might not normally get with a normal lat pull. Okay, now we're going to stand up. So remember to stand up slowly so you don't get lightheaded. And we're going to do some squat pulses. So what I want you to do is get into a squat hold, and we're just going to pulse for about 30 seconds. So get into a nice good squat hold, and we're going to pulse. So every time you pulse up, I want you to think about squeezing your glutes. Now, you want to be sitting back over your heels, your hips are back, your chest is up. If you have a hard time maintaining this position, do it with something in front of you that you can hang on to so that you have a good form, so that you're not forward like this. You want to stick those hips back. We're going to pulse for 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and stand up. Okay, you should really be feeling that in your quads and your glutes after that 30 seconds. If you need to come up in between, it's okay, stand up and then go right back into it. It gives those muscles a little bit of a break. All right, now we're going to lower to the floor and do some bicycle abs. So on your back with your knees bent, feet flat on the floor to start. This one is really important to do that flat back that we talk about quite often in this position. So you want to think about flattening your back, so engaging that core, making it so I can't put my hand under the small of my back here. And then we're going to switch your feet. We're going to do those bicycle abs. If that feels okay and you're able to maintain that flat back, you can pick up one foot or the other, or you can pick up both feet. Now, really working hard here to maintain that flat back. If you can't do that, keep your knees a little bit more bent. That will help you. And then also, by putting one foot down and not elevating both, that will also help you keep that back nice and flat. Okay, good. So do 10 on each side, really emphasizing, and if you lose that flat back, stop, readjust, and then try again. Okay, now we're going to stand up again, so slowly stand up. Make sure you're not going to be dizzy. Get into that good position where your head is elevated, and then stand up. Okay, bring this back up here. Now, we are going to grab that set of dumbbells that I talked to you about. So it's a little bit lighter weight. We're going to start with a bicep curl, but we're going to do a combination bicep curl, then lateral raise. So let's do this a little bit of a balance challenge here. It doesn't have to be anything super challenging, but we're going to bicep curls, slowly down, lateral raise to the side. So this might not be enough for a normal bicep curl. I chose a little bit lighter of a weight for myself. but that lateral raise will require a little bit less weight. And then both sets of muscles will be getting tired because of that combination exercise. Nice and slowly, both directions. Make sure your arms go straight at the bottom of your bicep curl. 7, 8, make sure you keep breathing. You have your core engaged, your shoulders are down away from your ears. Nice and slowly, both directions. 10 and 10. All right, very good. Set those down with good form, bend your knees, bend your hips. Grab the balloon if you have one. If you don't have a balloon, you can just play catch with a small ball or, you know, something similar. It doesn't have to be a ball, a small object of some sort. So a good way to do these types of things, if you're worried about your balance, is to either stand with your back against the wall, not touching it, of course, but that way it's there if you do lose your balance. You can stand with your back next to the kitchen counter, same thing, or next to it so you can grab it if you need to. Also, you can just put your other foot down. I'm going to have you try this on one foot. If that is too much, try a tandem stance. If that is too much, try a staggered stance. But I'm going to have you do this for 30 seconds on each foot or with each foot in front. So if you have a partner that you're working out with, tap the balloon back and forth to each other because that's way more fun. If not, you can just try to keep the ball or keep the balloon up in the air all by yourself, which you can be pretty kind to yourself and make it a little easier than if you had a partner who might be trying to challenge you, right? And you can challenge your partner. It's fun. And switch legs. Okay. If you have a balloon that you use sometimes for balance challenges, it's kind of fun. When you first blow it up, it's much more lofty. It takes a while to come down. And then as it kind of loses its air, it's more challenging because the balloon drops faster. And it can be a little more challenging. Easier to kind of bat around if you're using a partner. All right, 30 seconds. Great, now the last one we're going to do, we're gonna stay standing, grab a band. You can use that same band that you used for the first one or another TheraBand, it doesn't matter. We're going to do some reverse flies. So sometimes it's easier to keep that one tube against the wall for the consecutive sets and then use a different band. So I'm gonna do a reverse fly. Again, you can do a little balance challenge if you choose to. Otherwise, just keep your hips wide or your feet about hip width apart. We're going to do a reverse fly. So holding that band right about chest height. We don't want to be way up here. Right about chest height, and we're going to squeeze back. So think about using those shoulder blades, squeezing back like you're going to squeeze a pencil in between your shoulder blades. Now, I've got my arms straight here. If you've got a band that's just too hard, first of all, you can hold it apart a little bit, or you can bend your elbows. That's okay. You can bend your elbows a little bit. You're still going to get those shoulder blades to squeeze, and you won't have to have so much of the band resistance. Let's do 2 more. And 10. It's probably more, but that's okay. Okay. Go ahead and go through these one or 2 more times. So, like I said, if you don't have a ball for that lat pull, that's okay. You can just do it like normal where you sit on the ground and pull down. It's the exact same motion. It's just a variation and a way to engage some more muscles. And after you've gone through it a couple more times, you can add some cardio in between each set, and then at the very end, do a cool down and some stretches. Thank you so much. As always, message me with any questions you might have, and we'll see you next time. Have a great weekend, everybody.